Hello everyone, welcome back. It's TGR, that's TGR Robo. Guys, in this video we're going to be managing Manchester City. I've been asked to do a 5-year challenge for Manchester City, so here it is. Here is the 5-season challenge with Man City. We've been asked to try and get them into the Premier League and try and get them to compete for the Premier League title with the likes of Manchester United. So dude, this is for you, my friend. But anyway guys, before we start the video, please make sure, if you haven't done so already, you need to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell too, and of course if you do like this video, smash the like on the video too. Anyway guys, let's get through to the intro and let's see if we can bring in any players and literally try and get them out of Division 1 in the first season and try and compete in the Premier League. So guys, we come to the first game of the first season, and the players that we've managed to bring in is Richard Dobson from Garforth, central midfielder, Michael Walsh, centre back, Graham Marchant from Garforth again, Ryan Ashington from Torquay United, and Per Nilsson from AIK. Now this team, as you can see guys, as follows. We've got Nash in goal, Colosimo right back, Richie, Walsh and Granville at left back, Nilsson defensive midfield, Summerby, Dobson, Berkovic in midfield, Huckabee and Sean Gota up front. Now we're going to see if we can actually get them through the Division 1 first time of asking, see if we can get them into the Premier League straight away. And just so you know as well, we've also signed another Torquay United player, Ethan Williams, as a backup striker. I don't like the look of Paolo One-Chop, to be perfectly honest with you guys, so we've got Ethan Williams there as a backup as well. But guys, let's head off to the end of the season. Let's see if we can get them qualified for the Premier League for the second season, and then we would have 4 seasons where we can try and compete for the Premier League title. So we come to the end of the first season. Let's see how we got along with Man City. Oh, we got 5th. That means we're in the playoffs. How do we get along? Oh, you're kidding me. Watford, Bradford and Coventry City got promoted to the Premier League. We're staying in Division 1 for another season. 68 goals scored, 49 conceded. That is awful. That is awful. I mean, before we you know, obviously have a look at the stats, we need to see how we got along with the cup competitions. League Cup, we got to the quarter-final. FA Cup 4th round. That's horrific. Absolutely horrific. Looking through the stats, Sean Gota 19, Marchant with 17. You can see that our midfield isn't as strong as I thought it could have been for the first season. Assists, not that great, let's be honest as well. Michael Walsh, you know, he's leading the pack for our tackles rate. But yeah, I'm actually quite surprised. I'm quite annoyed with the fact that we couldn't get out of the Division 1 the first season, which means we're going to have another season in Division 1, one less season to try and compete in the Premier League. Now, I mean, looking at our finances at the moment, we've got £6.5 million in the transfer fund to spend on players. We've got a few. We definitely need to sell some players to try and bring in some new quality players in, so we can try and compete for the next season. So let's see who we managed to bring in at the first game of the second season. So guys, we come to the first game of the second season, and as you can see, the teams that have been relegated from the Premier League: Charlton, Fulham, and I can't think who the other team is looking at it off the top of my head. I honestly can't remember which one. I think I saw Southampton there, didn't I? Was it Sheffield United? Oh yeah, Southampton. So they're the third team as well. So yes, looking at the players that we brought in this season, cracking on from Per Nilsson. So in the close of the season, we've got a few players in. So Wayne Carlisle, Phil Mulrine, Justin Jorcelin, Patry. He had a good season with Ajido last season, so we brought him in. Even though he's a striker, we're going to play him as a central midfielder. Mark Fish from Charlton Athletic. He had a good tackle rate, even though he only played 16 games, so we're going to see how he gets along. Gary McAllister, bringing in some experience to the team. Mark Somerville, Paul Gascoigne, the legend that he is. Mark Goodlad, a new goalie, trying to reinforce our goalkeeping line. Mike Duff, we got him part exchanged for Carlo Nash. So, you know, we've got him in, which is good. Runnerberg, he had a good season last season, as you can see. Central midfielder, 25 goals, 25 assists. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Runnerberg could do. And lastly, Cedric van der Gun, brought him in from Ajax as well, after I'd seen how good he was in my Ajax save. Players that we've managed to get rid of: Berkovic, One Chop, Chore because he wanted to go, Nash, Garfield, Weaver and Laycock. I'm happy with what we've got at the moment. I'm, you know, quite happy with that. I'm looking forward to see what can happen in the second season. So let's head over to the second season. Let's see what happens if we can get promoted to the Premier League in this season. So guys, we've come to the end of the second season. After our disappointing first season at Division 1 for Manchester City, we need to try and get promoted this time round. And we have. Fantastic, brilliant, look at that. Champions as well, 100 goals scored, 32 conceded. Absolutely phenomenal. So we've got we had the right mentality, the right players in for the second season. And 100 points, 8 points clear of West Brom as well. That's fantastic. Before we have a look at the stats, we need to see how we got along in the cup competitions. League Cup, we got to the quarter-final again. That's quite surprising. We'll have a look to see who knocked us out this time round. FA Cup, we got to the final. Oh, we lost in the final. Well, we definitely need to see who. Man United, they beat us 4-1. Oh my days. I mean, the team they had is absolutely incredible. You can't knock that away. But we gave it as good as we got. We gave them as good as we can. I mean, we knocked out Leeds 5-0 in the semi-final. Sean Gota and Phil Mulrine getting the goals. QPR, we knocked him out in the quarter-final. Middlesbrough in the 5th round replay. Goals from Gascoigne and Marchant. 4th round Warsaw. 3rd round Liverpool. Wow, wow, wow. League Cup quarter-final, we lost to Nottingham Forest on penalties. Look at that. Oh, my days. Oh, that's horrific. Alright, let's have a look at the stats. So, goals-wise, Cedric van der Gun. He's done it again. He's fantastic. He really is brilliant. Sean Gota had a cracking season. So did Justin Jorslin. Gascoigne had a good season. He's retiring now. Mulrine had a great season. Look at that. 17 assists, 10 goals. Absolutely brilliant. Dead chuffed with him. Van der Gun, good season for assists as well. So Michael Walsh leading the pack once again. Mark Fish, he had a good season with his tackle rates as well. Average rating could have been a lot better, let's be honest. Same goes for Michael Walsh. But yeah, I mean this is good. This is good. I mean, we're going to be in the Premier League next season, so we need to try and bring in a couple of players so we don't get absolutely battered every week in the Premier League. And hopefully if we can survive the Premier League for one season, then I'm hoping that we can be challenging for the Premier League title in Season 4. So let's head over to the start of Season 3. Let's see who we can bring in. We're going to need to sell some players once again because I want some big name players in our team. But let's see who we can bring into our team so we can try and make ourselves a big name in the Premier League. So we've come to the start of the 3rd season and we're going to be in the Premier League for the first time. Players that we've managed to bring in are as follows. So Conte Sao as a defensive midfielder, we needed that, someone good to really bolster our defensive midfield options. Juan Pablo Aimar, you know, we splashed the cash for him and I'm really happy that we managed to bring him in. Got Alan Morrison as a backup keeper. Jamie Redknapp as a squad rotation central midfielder. Really happy we managed to bring in Wayne Bridge into the team. And I came across a few free transfers. So we brought in Fraser Richardson, Sam Parkin and John O'Shea. Hopefully we can build up the team. And the players that have left this season, Nicky Summerby we've managed to get rid of on a Bosman ruling, but other than that, Richard Dunn's the only player that we've managed to sell. The rest of the players are players that aren't really going to cut the mustard for our team, so we chopped them off. But yeah, this is the team that we're going to be playing with for the next season, and I'm hoping for big things for this team. I do think we're going to survive the drop without a shadow of a doubt, but I'm hoping for at least a mid-table finish, and hopefully from there we can build up our season from then on. But I'm hoping we can add to our one trophy this season. Either with a League Cup or the FA Cup. I'm looking to bring in one of those trophies this season. But let's see what this team does at the end of the season 3. Let's see if we can have a really good finish and start making Man City a real top team in the Premier League. So we've come to the end of season 3. Let's see how we got along with Man City. 8th. Oh, that's amazing. That is brilliant. Brilliant. 8th in the league. I mean, we conceded a lot of goals, let's be honest, so we knew that potentially was going to happen. We knew we were going to try and at least get a mid-table finish. We got told by our directors to stay clear of relegation, and we've done so. Let's have a look at the competitions, how we got along in the League Cup. Quarter-final again in the League Cup. See who knocked us out there. FA Cup 3rd round. That is abysmal for the FA Cup. Ipswich Town knocked us out. Thanks a lot, Colosimo, for getting sent off in the 41st minute. And Middlesbrough knocked us out in the quarterfinals. But look at the team that we knocked out Man United in the 4th round of the League Cup. I know we're in the League Cup, so we'll have a look at that in a minute. And Charlton as well. But League Cup, as you can see, so we started off against Teplice. We drew 1-1. And then the home fixture, we beat them 3-0, so absolutely brilliant. Ventspils, we beat them 3-0 away from home. And in the second leg, we lost 1-0, but enough to get through to the 3rd round, where we would be playing Blackburn Rovers. They beat us 3-2 at Main Road. That's not good. And in the second leg, we drew 1-1, so obviously we were out of the UEFA Cup in the 3rd round. But looking at the stats wise, goals coming in from Jocelyn and Marchant. Gota had a few goals in there as well, but as you can see, the creativity wasn't there for us this season. We did struggle for trying to create goals. Tackle rates, I mean, Michael Walsh and Conche Sal, absolutely fantastic. The dribble rates, I mean, Marchant shows that he's good at dribbling the ball as well as Pablo Aimar, but he should have really developed more on that front. But all in all, guys, I mean, finishing 8th in the 3rd season, that is brilliant for us. Now we're going to have more revenue from being in the Premier League, which is brilliant. So now we're going to see if we can bring in some more top quality players, to bolster our team. And I'm looking for a European finish. I'm looking for a top 6 finish, because I think we've got the team there near enough. Now we need to start pushing and thriving for European football. So let's see who we bring in for the beginning of the 4th season. So guys, we come to the beginning of the 4th season, and players that we've managed to bring in are as follow. So Francis Jeffers at the close of season. Richard Barr from Hibs, Akbar Barsam, Ibrahim Saeed, we activate his minimum fee release clause from West Brom. Shinji Ono, I've never bought him before, so I'm looking forward to see how we get along. Kalu, John Miles was on a free transfer, so we brought him in. Danny Mills as to bolster our rotation system for defence and defensive midfield. And once again, David Livermore, the same goes with him, squad rotation, so I'm looking forward to having him in the team. But one thing which I've noticed actually as well, which many of you may not have noticed, we've had a recent person leave the club. During the close of season, Derby County activated Juan Pablo Aimar's minimum fee release clause. I tried to get him to not have a minimum fee release clause, but he was having none of it. And unfortunately, we've lost Aimar. So we've got a lot of work to do. We've got to try and hope, pray and hope that we got a good enough team, good bolster of the team, to try and get into Europe this season. That's the minimum goal. We need to get into European football this season. So let's see what happens at the end of season 4. Hopefully we've got a good enough team to get us to European football, but let's see what happens. So we come to the end of season 4. Let's see what happens for Man City at season 4. 5th. We got 5th. That is brilliant. Absolutely amazing. We've managed to get 5th place. We've got European football. We missed out on the Premier League title race by 11 points, which is good. I mean, it is good. I mean, we definitely need to have more goal-scoring threats in our team, but as you can see, the rest of the teams in the Premier League was struggling with that as well. It was just Man United that weren't really struggling. But let's have a look at our competition. So, UEFA Cup, getting knocked out in the 3rd round, obviously a couple of years ago. League Cup, quarter-final again. We cannot get past the quarter-final of the League Cup. FA Cup, yes! Yes, we won the FA Cup. Brilliant. Oh, fantastic. That is amazing. We won the FA Cup. We finally managed to get another trophy. And, of course, the Premier League. We came 5th. Let's have a look at the fixtures. So, I mean, League Cup, we beat Preston North End, Gillingham, Villa. It was Man United. No, it wasn't. It was Barnsley. Barnsley knocked us out. You're having an absolute giggle. FA Cup, Barnsley, we've given them their comeuppance by beating them in the 3rd round of the FA Cup. Newcastle, we beat them 2-1. Tranmere 1-0. We should have won by a lot more. Arsenal, we beat them in the quarter-final replay 3-0 at Main Road. Semi-final, we beat Sunderland. And lastly, Manchester United. Yes, in extra time. Phil Mulrine bags in that last goal. Absolutely brilliant. Having a look at the stats, guys. So, Francis Jeffers, 18 goals. Barsom, 14. Mulrine and Saeed add into the goals as well. Ono had a good season. Mulrine, good season as well. Tackle rates. Walsh and Saeed, brilliant. Bridge, good as well. Barsom, good with his dribble rate. I mean, guys, we finished 5th. We finished 5th in our 4th season of the Premier League. So now we need to really start focusing on trying to actually win the Premier League title. We need to start making Man United, Arsenal and Chelsea and Liverpool think, oh crap, Man City are coming after us. So let's see who we can bring in the close of season. Let's see if we can get a good enough team at the start of season 5 and really fight for this Premier League title. So, season 5, we're here, and it's the Charity Shield, the curtain jerker of the season. This is who we managed to bring in during the close of season. So, Zialias, we needed to bring in a new defensive midfielder because Conceição left us just before the end of the actually at the end of the season. So we brought in Zialias. Lee Hendry we brought in. A new goalie as well, and Danilo Vincent Aceval from Corinthians. Stephen Reed, and lastly Denilson, trying to fill in that gap of not having Juan Pablo Aimar. But yes, so this is the team that we've got, guys. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens to us in season 5. I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens. So let's go to the end of the season. Let's see what happens. Can we win the Premier League title in season 5, our last season? Let's find out. So season 5, it's come to an end. We need to see if we have done the business and won the Premier League. No! We finished 4th. We finished 4th. 16 points behind Liverpool. Man, that is heart-wrenching. Absolutely heart-wrenching. Have a look at the cup competitions. First of all, Charity Shield. Runners up in a Charity Shield. 4th round of the League Cup. FA Cup, get in! We've won the FA Cup this season again. UEFA Cup, we got knocked out in the first round. What on earth? So Man City lost to Man United 3-2 in the Charity Shield, but the team that Man United have, I mean, what's going on? Liam Heath, who the hell is he? Wow. Okay, Liam Heath looks like a good player. AEK knocked us out in the first round of the UEFA Cup. 3-0, we didn't have a chance. We knocked Newcastle out in the 3rd round of the League Cup, but Villa knocked us out on penalties. ZLES missed it. Brilliant. And now the FA Cup. So 3rd round we beat Sheffield United. 4th round we beat Derby County. 5th round we beat Charlton. Quarter final Crystal Palace. Semi-final Man United. They got their comeuppance for beating us in the Charity Shield. And lastly, Chelsea. We beat Chelsea in the final, even with 10 men. That is absolutely brilliant. I mean, guys, the trophy cabinet we filled 3 times with 2 FA Cups and 1 Division 1 title. That's not that bad. I mean, we're going to be in Champions League football for the next season because obviously finishing 4th, which is brilliant. You know, we've got a real good chance of really building this magnificent Man City team up. But guys, if you have liked this video, please make sure that you do smash a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. I think you should, because it's going to build our brand up and make us bigger and better to give you bigger and better content. And make sure you hit that notification bell so you know when the latest videos have been uploaded to the channel. But guys, once again, thank you very much for your love and your support, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you at the next video that we have on my channel here at TGR. That's Gaming Robo.
Game over, man.